Hey guys, one of our very favorite curriculums is called Beautiful Feet Book Packs, and we have been using this curriculum for a few years now. I would estimate we've probably gone through about 6 or 7 of their packs, and we are just finishing up the intermediate early American history. We've already done the elementary early American history. We've done teaching science through history. We've done around the world through picture books. We've also done teaching character through literature, and we love these books for a few reasons. One, because you can just pick it up and go. There's no like prep work or anything like that, and I'm not that type of person who's going to do a lot of prep work and like lesson planning for our homeschool days. I want it to feel pretty organic, and one of the things we love to do in our homeschool is to read books. We subscribe to the idea that living books teach the best and that people learn the best through stories. So that's exactly what Beautiful Feet Book Packs does. They say that history isn't boring, textbooks are. So we've never picked up a textbook to teach our kids history. We've always just used these Beautiful Feet Book Packs. So I just got our new box, and this one is Modern American History and World History. And this one is, let's see here, this one is geared towards kids, I think grades like 5 through 8, but we've done like everything from kindergarten all the way up to 8th grade, and we just read them for everybody. Everyone sits down in the mornings, and while the kids are either doing their chores or while they're eating breakfast, we will read. And it's just like a habit we've created in our home to just have come together and to do some reading time. So it's super easy. It's a really easy way, and then everyone listens to it, right? So it's not like only Audrey is doing the 8th grade stuff and only Lincoln's doing the 2nd grade stuff. We're all reading it, picture books and chapter books all together. So we don't really pay too much attention, but I did work through it. We did the elementary American history, and then we did the intermediate American history, and now we're moving on to the more advanced world history and modern American history. So I just really got this box, and I'm excited to show what we got in it. This book pack comes with 23 different books, and most of these are chapter books, and then it also comes with a teacher's guide. So the teacher's guide is super simple. It just gives you like questions to ask the kids. It tells you which chapters to read for those questions. Sometimes I'll have you read like a few chapters of this book and another one so they can kind of coincide with each other. And sometimes I read the teacher's guide and sometimes I don't. Sometimes we just read through the book. If we feel like we need a little bit more clarification or more discussion with it, we'll use the teacher's guide. So this one actually also comes with the timeline too. I love that this book pack has fantastic books teaching us about American history, but also it has a lot of them that talk about a lot of other countries too. So it's just very diverse. They spend a lot of time and energy finding some of the best books to teach the principles. We've never come across a book that we haven't liked. Every single thing that we've read, we've thoroughly enjoyed. We felt like it teaches good morals and just like good and beautiful books. So I don't have to hunt around and try to find what books are going to teach my kids American history the best. They just do all the work for me. And I know it probably sounds like a sponsored post or sponsored video, but it's absolutely not. I'm wanting to share some of the stuff that we do that makes our homeschooling a little more sustainable, especially on the road. I know this seems like a lot of books for on the road, but we do budget space for books because I like to have real books to read. I read these while we're traveling from location to location. Sometimes we're doing like 12, 14-hour days driving, not very often, but being able to have a bunch of books and really beautiful books to read really get us through. We do have some storage in Utah, and so we do store a lot of this stuff, and then we'll rotate out which books we need. So I ordered this one to where we're at in the RV park right now because we had ran out of the early American history that we were doing. So let's see, we've got like 20 and 10. This one is, let's see here, this one's not about the United States, it's Japanese. I love that, Japan. And we have some about Theodore Roosevelt, the Wright brothers. It's kind of all over, and sure, it's probably not comprehensive, but the kids are going to remember so much more when they learn from these books like this. I am always completely impressed by how much information my kids retain when we're reading these. You know, we started probably 4 or 5 years ago doing this, and the first one we did was teaching the science of history, I think is what it's called. My kids still remember, you know, that where the Wright brothers first flew, and they want to go to Kitty Hawk, and they want to go Smithsonian to see their first airplane. So these are things that it's like become a part of them because it's through stories instead of just facts. And actually I want to talk about this one. I read this book as a kid, and this Kate Sarity book's actually out of print. It's very hard to find Kate Sarity books. We love her, fantastic author. So a lot of times Beautiful Feet Books will actually find beautiful books that are out of print, and then they will they publish them themselves. So I love that about them. They're bringing back some of those books that are kind of falling out of print. So most of these are chapter books. This is probably the most chapter book heavy unit we've ever done. So I'm excited. I think it'll be good. And then here's what the actual guide looks like. So it's not like crazy thick or anything like that. And it just kind of will say like for a day, it'll go through the books, but then it just says like lesson 2, read this and read that, and in preparation do this. It'll give word definitions and things like that your kids can discuss it. And then it also goes through here and asks questions, like they'll say here, you know, what did you think about the grandmother, what she did in this, and just questions for the kids to discuss, and I love it. And this book, actually we actually own this book already, and I was supposed to put on there that we didn't need to get this one, but it's really a fun book and it has lots of really cool artwork in it, and we make our way through that one as well. And then this has a timeline in it, and so the kids, as you learn each principle, you can color. Let's see. So it has the timeline, and it's really fun because once you've learned about, let's see here, Lincoln delivers the Gettysburg Address. Once you learn about the Gettysburg Address, the kids can color this and then they can paste it onto their timeline, and this folds out. And so it makes it so that it takes what you read and puts it into an artistic and visual form, and then they can see the whole thing overall. We really like things that teach their stories, and we like things that everyone can learn all at the same time, because education is not just about learning what you need to for first grade, second grade, whatever. Learning happens much better when it's more organic, and we all learn together and we discuss it. And we actually plan on rotating through these units. So after we've purchased all of them, every year I try to buy 1 or 2 of them. We'll probably start rotating back through them as we're going through with Jesse and things like that. You know, if he was a baby, we went through it the first time and he's 6 the second time, he's obviously going to gain a lot more, or 6 the first time and 12 the second time. So we are really excited about getting this new book pack. We have a few chapters left of our early American history, and then we're going to dive right into this. Finding really great curriculums that really support your lifestyle and how you want to teach your kids, and your kids' learning style is so important to being able to be successful in how you homeschool, and being able to hear other people's experience even though it might not be the exact same for you, super invaluable. So I hope you guys found value from this and it can help you in your own homeschool journey. And if you have any questions, comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe so we can continue making great content for you guys. Thank you.